I'm 73 years old today. 73. It's a strange number to say out loud, you know?
You look in the mirror and, well, you wonder who that old man is staring back at you.
And because I'm standing here at the tail end of this long, confusing road, I'm about to tell you something that might upset you a little bit.
Everything you think you know about time, about success, about what this whole life thing is actually for, it's completely wrong. It's just backwards. And the worst part isn't even being wrong. No, the worst part is the betrayal. Because the people who should be telling you this, your parents, they're either lying to you or, well, sadly, they just don't know themselves.
They're just walking blindly in the dark, bumping into the same furniture I did. You see, I didn't always know this. I wasn't born with this perspective. I spent the first, 50 years of my life believing the same lies you probably believe right now. I thought I had it all figured out. I really did. I had the career, the big title on the door. I had the house in the right neighborhood. I had the respect of my peers, which at the time felt like the most important currency in the world. But then at 52, well, something happened. Something happened that shattered everything. And I mean everything. It took the glass house I had built and just threw a rock right through the center of it. And what I discovered in the 21 years since that day, it has completely changed how I see life, how I see death, and everything in between those 2 points. But before I tell you exactly what happened, I need you to understand something very clearly. The reason I am sitting here talking to a camera, making this video, it isn't to impress you. Lord knows I don't need to impress anyone anymore. And it certainly isn't to make myself feel wise. I don't feel wise. I feel lucky. I'm making this because, well, simply put, I'm running out of time. The sand is getting low in the hourglass. And there are things you need to hear, truths you need to wrestle with before it's too late. Not for me. It's mostly too late for me to fix the big stuff. But for you, you still have a chance. So, let's go back. At 52, I had what the doctors so politely call a cardiac event. Very sterile term, isn't it? A cardiac event. That's a fancy way of saying my heart tried to kill me. It just decided it had enough. I remember the moment vividly. I wasn't climbing a mountain. I wasn't running a marathon. I was in a meeting discussing quarterly projections. Can you imagine discussing the percentage growth of a company that wouldn't even remember my name 5 years after I left? I was pointing at a chart, feeling very important, I suppose, when suddenly the room started spinning. The fluorescent lights above me, they blurred into this bright, angry white streak. My chest felt like an elephant was sitting on it. The next thing I remember is the beeping. That rhythmic, terrifying beeping of machines. I woke up in a hospital bed with tubes coming out of my arms, feeling colder than I had ever felt in my life. And there was my wife, my wonderful wife, crying in the corner, trying to be quiet so she wouldn't wake me. The doctor came in later and said I was lucky. Lucky, I remember thinking. Lucky? I had just come face to face with the void. I had just stared at my own mortality. And they called it luck. But you know what? Looking back, they were right. They were absolutely right. Because lying in that hospital bed with absolutely nothing to do but think, staring at those generic ceiling tiles, I realized something terrifying. Something worse than the heart attack itself. I realized that I had been living my entire life on autopilot, just asleep at the wheel. I wasn't really alive, not in the way that matters. I was just going through the motions, checking boxes, wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. Trying to meet everyone else's expectations of what a successful man looks like. And here is the part that haunts me. Even to this day, 21 years later, if I had died that day on the floor of that conference room, if my heart had stopped permanently right there, what would I have left behind? Think about it. What would remain? A nice house? Sure. A fat retirement account that I never got to spend? Yeah. A collection of achievements and plaques on the wall that nobody would remember in 5 years? Is that a life? Is that a legacy? Let me tell you the biggest lie you are probably telling yourself right now. I know you're saying it because, well, I said it every day for 30 years. The lie is, I have time. I'll do that later. I'll go on that trip later. When I'm older, when things settle down, I'll finally live the life I want. I see young people today in their 20s, their 30s, even their 40s. And they are all chanting this same mantra. When I make more money, then I'll be happy. When I get that promotion, then I'll relax. When the kids are grown and out of the house, well, then I'll travel. When I retire, then I'll finally do what I love. Let me save you 50 years of regret with one simple, brutal truth. That day, the someday you are waiting for, it never comes. It just, it doesn't exist. You know why? Because the goalposts keep moving. That's how the trap works. You get the promotion, and you feel good for a moment, but suddenly you need the next one. You make more money, and, well, suddenly your lifestyle inflates and you need more money just to keep up. You are always chasing something just out of reach, just around the next corner. And before you know it, you blink and you're 70 years old and you're sitting there wondering where your life went. I did this. I am guilty of this. I spent 30 years climbing a corporate ladder, sweating, bleeding, sacrificing, only to realize when I finally got to the very top, that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. And the terrifying thing about life is you can't climb back down and start over. Time doesn't work that way. You can't get a refund on those years. Here is something nobody tells you when you are young. Success. Specifically the kind of material success society pushes on you is a terrible goal. And I say this as someone who achieved everything I set out to achieve. I checked every box. I made partner at my firm. I bought the big house with the columns out front. I had the respect of my colleagues. And you know what? None of it mattered. Not really. You achieve your goal. You get the big bonus or the title. And for about 48 hours, you feel amazing. You feel validated. But then the feeling fades. It evaporates. You are back to baseline. Now you need a new goal, a bigger achievement, more validation. It's a hamster wheel. You're running and running, but you aren't actually going anywhere. I had a friend, let's call him Robert. Robert died 3 years ago at 68. 68, that's young, by the way. He worked 70-hour weeks his entire life. Just grind. He built a multi-million-dollar business, huge success, but he never took a real vacation. Not a real one where you unplug. He kept saying, I'll slow down next year. Next year, I'll take the wife to Italy. Next year, I'll learn to paint. Well, next year came, and he had a stroke. Massive, gone. At his funeral, his son stood up to speak. And this broke my heart. His son said, "My father was a successful man, but I barely knew him." Is that the legacy you want? Is less than hash on? Zero hash is greater than? Is that what you want written on your tombstone? He was a successful man who barely knew his children. Your regrets, when you get to my age, they won't be about the things you did wrong. They won't be about the mistake you made in a presentation in 1995. They'll be about the things you didn't do at all. I don't lie awake at night thinking about failed business deals. Those don't matter. They are dust. You know what keeps me up? You know what stares at me from the ceiling in the dark? The trip to Japan I never took because I was too busy, always too busy. The relationship with my brother that I let deteriorate because of some stupid argument I can't even remember now. The book I always wanted to write, but never started because I was afraid it wouldn't be perfect. The time I didn't spend with my kids because I was working late at the office, rewriting a memo that nobody read anyway. These things, they eat at you. They gnaw at your soul. The missed opportunities, the roads not taken, the love you didn't express because you felt awkward, the risks you didn't take because you were afraid of looking foolish, and the people you love, your parents, your siblings, your close friends, you think you have unlimited time with them. You act like they are permanent fixtures in the universe. You don't You really don't. And one day, that time will run out. My father, well, he died when I was 45. We had let's say, a complicated relationship. He was a hard man, and I was always too busy to really work on it. I kept thinking, we'll fix this later. We'll have time to talk when I'm less busy at work. When this project is over, I'll drive down and see him. We never got that chance. Heart attack. Gone within hours. Just erased from the world. And you know my biggest regret? It isn't the fights we had. It's all the Sundays I didn't call him. All the times I was too tired to drive over for dinner. All the little moments I let slip away because I thought there would be a million more. There won't always be more. Sometimes. Sometimes there is no next time. After my heart attack at 52, I made big changes. I had to, the universe had given me a second chance, and I wasn't going to squander it. I stepped back from work. I stopped chasing the next title. I started saying no to things that didn't matter. And for the first time in my life, I started saying yes to the things I had put off for decades. In these last 21 years, from 52 to 73, I have learned more about life than I did in the previous 52 combined. And what I found is that, what matters is embarrassingly simple. It's so simple it sounds like a greeting card. But it's the truth. Time with people you love. That's it. Work that feels meaningful to you, not just profitable. Experiencing things, not owning things. Creating memories, being present. Just sitting on a porch and drinking coffee and actually tasting the coffee. I know it sounds simple. I know. When I was your age, if some old man had told me this, I would have rolled my eyes. I would have said, "Sure, Grandpa, that's nice, but I have bills to pay." And yes, you do. I'm not saying you should quit your job and live in a tent. I'm not saying you shouldn't be responsible. I'm saying, don't sacrifice what matters for what doesn't. Don't trade your life for a paycheck. Don't trade your memories for a slightly nicer car. Here's a question I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to answer it honestly. Don't lie to yourself. In the quiet of your own mind, ask this. If you died tomorrow, would you be satisfied with the life you've lived so far? Not would people be impressed by your eulogy. Not did you achieve enough. Just would you be satisfied? Would you feel like you truly lived? Or would you feel like you were just preparing to live? If the answer is no, then what are you waiting for? What are you doing is less than Hayshawn. 5 hash is greater than what are you doing with your time that is so incredibly important that you are willing to gamble your one precious life on it? Because that is what you are doing. You are gambling. You are betting that you will be here next year. And that is a risky bet. I'm 73 years old. I've been lucky enough to have good health since that heart attack. I've been blessed. But every morning when I wake up, I feel it. I'm aware that I am on borrowed time. I am playing with house money now. We all are, really. From the moment we are born. But most young people, they don't realize this. They can't. They think they are invincible. They think death is something that happens to, well, to other people. To old people, they think they have forever. You don't. I have grandchildren now. 3 of them. Wonderful kids. But when I look at them, I see the same patterns I see in most young people today. It scares me. They're stressed. They're anxious. They're running around chasing things that won't make them happy. They're comparing themselves to strangers on the internet. They're making the same mistakes I made, just with different technology. And I try to tell them, I try to sit them down and share what I've learned. But you know what? They don't really listen. Not deep down. Not because they're bad kids. They are good kids. But because they can't listen. They're living in a storm right now. The noise of the world is too loud. They can't see the patterns yet. They think their situation is unique. They think, well, Grandpa doesn't understand the modern world. They think the old rules don't apply to them. But the rules of life, the rules of the human heart, they haven't changed in 1,000 years. That is why I am making this video. Because maybe, just maybe, if enough people hear this message, someone will actually listen. Maybe you will listen. Maybe someone will stop the car, turn around, and go home to their family. Someone will make different choices. Someone will avoid the regrets that haunt people like me every single day. You are getting closer to death. I know. Nobody likes to think about this. It's morbid. It's uncomfortable. We push it away. But it is the absolute truth. You don't have unlimited time. Neither do the people you love. Your parents, if they are still alive, they are getting older every day. Their backs are getting a little stiffer. Their memories are getting a little slower. One day, probably sooner than you think, they won't be here. You will dial their number and, well, nobody will answer. Your friends, your spouse, your children, none of these relationships last forever. Nothing in this physical world lasts forever. So, what are you going to do about it? Are you going to keep putting off that phone call? I'll call Mom next week. Are you going to keep postponing that trip? We'll go when the weather is better. Are you going to keep telling yourself you'll make time later? Or are you going to wake up today, right now, and start living like your time is limited? Because it is. It is the most limited resource you have. If I could go back, if I had a time machine, and I could walk into my office and talk to my 30-year-old self, here is what I would say. I would grab him by the shoulders and I would say, stop trying to impress people who don't matter. They don't care about you. Stop sacrificing your health for your career. Your job will replace you in 2 weeks if you die. Stop putting off joy until someday. Stop waiting for permission to live the life you want. Nobody is going to give you permission. You have to take it. Start calling your parents more often, just to say hello. Start taking the trips you dream about. Even if you can't afford the luxury hotel, just go. Start doing the things that scare you. Because fear is temporary, but regret is forever. Start saying no to obligations that drain you. Life is too short for boring parties and people who make you feel small. Start saying yes to experiences that fulfill you. And most importantly, start now. Not next year. Not after this project is finished. Not when you have more money or more time or more whatever excuse you have cooked up in your head. Start now, because I promise you, the perfect time will never come. The stars will never align perfectly. Life will always be messy. It will always be complicated. It will always be full of reasons to wait. There will always be a bill to pay or a crisis to solve. But if you wait for the mess to clear, you will wake up one day and realize you waited your entire life away. You waited for a calm that never came. I'm 73. If I'm lucky, maybe I have 10 or 15 more years. Maybe 20 if I am truly blessed. Probably less, to be honest. My heart has miles on it. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I have made peace with it. Because these last 21 years, since I woke up in that hospital bed, they have been the richest of my life. Not because I've made more money. I've actually made less. Much less. But because I've finally started living intentionally, I stopped drifting. I started appreciating every day. Noticing the color of the sky, the taste of my food, prioritizing what matters. I've traveled to places I always wanted to see. I finally saw the mountains. I've deepened relationships with my children and grandchildren. I know them now, and they know me. I pursued hobbies. I put off, I started gardening. Can you believe it? Me, gardening. I've forgiven people I held grudges against because carrying that anger was just too heavy. And I've said I love you countless times. I am happier now at 73 with less time ahead of me than I was at 30 when I thought I had all the time in the world. That's the irony of it all. That is the great cosmic joke. When you understand time is limited, when you really feel it in your bones, you start to actually live. You stop wasting it. You treat it like the gold it is. You stop postponing joy. You stop waiting for the right time. You start creating the right time. You have a choice right now. Today, this very minute. You can keep living the way you're living. You can keep chasing success, chasing the validation of strangers, putting off happiness, telling yourself you'll make time later, hitting the snooze button on your own life. Or you can wake up. You can realize time is running out faster than you think. You can realize that the life you are waiting to live needs to start now. I can't make this choice for you. I can't live your life for you. But I can tell you this. You don't want to be 73, looking back, wishing you made different choices. You don't want to feel that specific kind of burn. Don't waste 52 years figuring this out like I did. Please, learn from my mistakes. Take my scars and use them as a map. Live intentionally. Be present. Prioritize what matters. Hug your kids. Call your mom. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is today. It always has been. It's all we have. If this resonates with you, if you feel a little tug in your chest, share this video. Leave a comment. Tell me what you are going to do differently. I want to know. Subscribe if you want, because I have more truths to share and, well, not much time left to share them. The clock is ticking. It's ticking right now. Can you hear it? What are you going to do with your time?